So why have you used this fancy word, eclectic style, in your guitar playing?
Sir, I deliberately used this because that is my style of playing.
Okay.
I blend the different styles. So we can play guitar via finger picking, finger style, finger picking, strumming, and
Hmm.
also drumming the guitar.
Hmm.
So whenever I'm playing a composition or a song, I try to bring all these styles in one composition. That is
Hmm.
why I use.
So Vibhor, tell me something about your state, UP.
Sir, Uttar Pradesh uh, is a very dynamic state, having the largest population in India.
Hmm.
It is very culturally very dynamic,
Hmm.
and it has very historical significance as well, starting from Indus Valley civilization. And presently, Uttar Pradesh is uh, leading in economic front and trying to aspire and achieve good goals. And we have also set $1 trillion economy goal for us.
So you're already a serving IAS officer, rather IRMS officer. So tell me, what have you learned from the recent Kumbh Mela as an officer, as an administrator? What have you learned from the Kumbh Mela? You're going to be IAS. Now you are aspiring to be IAS. हाँ, बताइए.
Sir, Kumbh Mela was a very big event for us, and we learned. I think the first and foremost thing we learned is how to manage such a event of such a big scale. Uh, Having a total number of people coming around in 66 crores there, and how to manage those peoples, how to provide amenities to them, how to provide services to them, and coordinate different departments, for example, police department, health, and railways, and coordinating different departments as well as agencies together, and try to uh, uh, achieve uh, a cultural congregation at the same time.
Before you just said 66 crore. Are you sure of the figure?
I think, sir, yes, in the newspaper it came out as 66 crores,
So
around
the
60.
population of India is, you know what I'm talking about, 150 crores. Do you think one third of the India was in Prayagraj for Kumbh?
Sir, there might be some overlapping figures, people who are visiting frequently there or people who are staying for 1 month there. There might be some overlapping figures there. But officially, sir, I think it was 66 crores,
So
which I
could we have prevented the deaths, the Kumbh Mela deaths, which happened on the Ghat?
certainly, sir, we would have prevented.
Hmm.
And crowd could have been managed better on a special day. We knew that Moni Amavasya was a very big event for people to take ritual bath there, so we would have prevented that event, sir.
So how would you have prevented with your knowledge of science, because you are a master in physics as well, or at least a bachelor in physics, a master also. So tell me, how would you have used technology better? Let's say if 10 crore people are under the AI drone or camera, the camera won't do anything. So what better could we have done there?
Sir, I think uh, the deaths which took place at Sangam knows, we know it's a very small place for such a large crowd. So I would have, though officers and all the administration have put their
Hmm.
best efforts there, but I
बिल्कुल.
think if some entry points and exit points could have been separated well, so that there is a running crowd, not a stagnated crowd. Also, I also saw one police officer, one IPS officer, and saying that it is going to be crowded, please leave the place. So that could have been better managed, because there were apprehensions that crowd is going to get concentrated there. So exit and entry points could have been better managed. You talked about technology. I think we could have better analyzed the crowd. What is the movement of the crowd, where it is getting moved? So using artificial intelligence and drone cameras, we could have seen that people are not moving. They are just trying to gather at a particular place, that is a Sangam nose. They are not exiting. They are waiting for the ritual bathe, but they are not bathing up to a particular time. So that we could have managed, that people are not stopping right there.
Do you remember that the whole of India managed the COVID-19 and the vaccination drive with a small app? That was the CoWIN app. Why
So
was such innovative idea not used for Kumbh? I mean, I could have been given the permission on the app itself. I could have booked my slot, my ghat, my date, the number of members, and then I could have visited the Kumbh. Why was it not there for the Kumbh Mela? I don't find any such initiative.
Sir, yes, sir, that is a very good suggestion. COVID app was wonderful for us, not only for us, but
For the
internationally.
doctors as well. For the doctors as well, India had a
Doctors
track
as
of the number of vaccines and everything. India could manage it very smoothly. Within a
well.
month, the whole country was vaccinated. And similarly, within a month, half, one third of the India could have easily taken bath without any hassles. And there were a lot of open defecations we saw, and many things we saw, many negative. What is your insight on this? As an officer, how do you see it? Where did we lack? Who did not give it to the government, or where did we lack?
Sir, first of all, COVID was a very good step from India. I
Hmm.
think we must learn from this experience which we have faced in this Kumbh Mela's event. Definitely, in future, if we are going to organize, we will take care of such technological interventions to prevent such mishaps.
Do you come
And
across any future event where we can apply this, where we can learn from Kumbh and apply this? Do you think we are doing anything great or grand in terms of the number of crowds, the number of people coming, not just from India, from the world?
Sir, we have different cultural functions, festivals like Ganesh Puja, Durga Puja, and there is a large congregation there also. So there we can deploy such technology, sir.
Even the Olympics, I feel. Don't you feel that?
Yes, sir. Olympics, yes, definitely.
Which
Olympics
we are,
on, sir.
hmm. Yeah, which we
Yes,
are going to host, which we are staking the claim to.
2036 we are aiming
Hmm.
uh,
ठीक है.
to organize Olympics in India, sir.
हाँ, ठीक है. Have you heard about Hopfield and Hinton, the Nobel Prize winners 2024?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was their work?
Sir, they got Nobel Prize in Physics for
Hmm.
their seminal work in artificial intelligence. They built the basic foundation work was done by them. It was related to artificial intelligence algorithm based, how to train artificial intelligence models. So they try to create such algorithms
Was
and
it
function.
machine learning or what is artificial intelligence?
So artificial intelligence is a broad term which
Hmm.
subsumes machine learning, deep learning based on artificial neural networks.
Hmm.
Machine learning is a term when computer learns to think based on algorithmic methods,
Hmm.
and it can also understand what we are providing the algorithms or what we are providing in text formats, and based on that it takes decision. It can be reinforced as well as non-reinforced learning.
So let us say I'm tuning my guitar using the automatic tuner app. So what is being used? Artificial intelligence or machine learning or what? What is the mechanism? What is the technology there?
Sir, presently it is basic machine learning. The app like Guitar Tuna, which uses it.
Hmm.
So it uses basic algorithm like it is learning the frequency of the sound, and then based on that frequency and pitch, it is telling which tune is it. Artificial intelligence, which the app which I use, it is not used in that. But yes, we can use artificial intelligence in that too.
So what is a gyroscope, Vibhor?
So gyroscope is a 3D balancing mechanism which is used in our aeroplanes, in our ships to balance particular instrument or ship or airplane, sir.
Hmm. Did we fail in Manipur?
Uh, Sir, I think
So I'll say something controversial, which you as an officer would not want to say. I am sorry, I'll interrupt you in between. We had 2 years of death and destruction. There was a lot of, I mean, the state machinery was involved, but we still saw the place burning. We saw the people dying. So now my question again is, did we fail in Manipur?
I will say in a way, yes, sir. It was a limitation of ours that we could not prevent those deaths of our
Hmm.
citizens,
Hmm.
and we could have done better there.
Hmm.
And such conflicts of two tribes should not escalate to a level that it spans 2 years continuously. We should have done something better, which we are doing right now. We are asking for the, I mean, the government is asking for the uh, militants to surrender their weapons which they have looted. So in a way, sir, we are improving on that front. We should learn from that.
So do you think that China and Myanmar were also involved somewhere in the Manipur conflict? There have been some statements by the politicians that it's a foreign hand. Whatever happens in India is a foreign hand. And so, do you think that, or what other foreign country could have been involved in Manipur, if not China and Myanmar?
Sir, I think with the situation in Myanmar, they had a military coup and situation is very unstabilizing in Manipur, in Myanmar. So because of the spin effects of that events, those events, there are some migrations in our northeast states. So one of the few reasons might have been that, but I'm not aware of the official statements. Government has not taken any stand on this that some Chinese or some Myanmar government was involved, sir.
So, do you think that we should start engaging with the Pak military also? Because engaging with the government, and government we know is a puppet government in Pakistan, and it's breeding no results. And even when we have a dialogue with the Pakistan government of the day, we assume that Pakistan is a democracy. We have a dialogue, and immediately there is something Uri or Pathankot that happens in India, and again the relations are soiled. So, what do you think? Should India knock the door of Rawalpindi again, or the Pak Army ISI again? I mean, uh, America is dealing with them, China is dealing with them. Why not India? Since we've started dealing with even Taliban.
Sir, as a country, we try to engage with another country on a diplomatic basis. What is the present government scenario at the other end? And as you mentioned, that definitely we can have talks with the Pak military. We are doing that with the China as well. We are having corps commander level meetings on our border issues. So we can engage with the military, military to military. We can have talks with them. That we can do, sir. But if we talk about the politicians talking to, I mean, the government directly talking, engaging with the military, sir, I think that might sour the relations with the government of the Pakistan as well, sir. But military to military, we can do that.
So, what was your job as the creative head of the physics department in Hansraj College?
Sir, I was engaged for 1 year. I was creative head. My job was to coordinate the events and to provide some decorative and decor methods and beautifying the events to make it more visually appealing. And a few 3 or 4 events I organized. And sir,
So, what is creativity, Vibhor?
I think creativity is thinking out of the box, not just thinking in a traditional way. We think out of the box. We apply our out of the box thinking to perform particular tasks.
So, have you been creative in your job, in your present job, which you want to leave? Or you are not allowed to be creative? That's why you are leaving it. You want to leave it.
Sir, actually, my inclination is toward IAS, and railway is very creative. And presently, because I am undergoing probation, we are applying creativity there also. So it is not like I'm leaving railways for there is no creativity. There is a tremendous scope of creativity there. But I'm more inclined towards IAS. That is why I'm appearing again.
Can you tell me that how is an IAS job more creative than a railways job? Or I have a misconception and everyone has a misconception.
Sir, based on, I won't say creativity, I will say IAS provides you a diverse platform, diverse regions where you can work. As a district magistrate, if you are in a district, then you can work in health, education, infrastructure, development, and many more sectors. So it gives you a satisfaction and a thrill to work there, sir. I find it very.
One of your seniors, Mr. Sanjay Kumar, he did a wonderful job at the Tundla junction. Are you aware of his creativity? What he did at Tundla? And it was widely covered by the whole national media. Many newspapers also cited, many websites also cited the reforms which he did on the Tundla junction. Are you aware?
I know him, sir, but I'm not aware of that.
Okay, you ask him or you Google him. So the
Sir,
reforms which I can, he is a good friend, and the reforms which I recall are he made those walls, beautified those walls, and he managed some separate restrooms for the women staff. And today is International Women's Day as well. And then he created a library also, and I think
sir,
he has been teaching poor kids also, so and so. This is what he posts or he boasts online. We may, yeah, you may look into it. Sure.
sir.
Let's talk about the railway safety. Why are the trains derailing? Is it because the officers are leaving railways?
Sir, so there are multiple reasons for derailment.
Hmm.
And first is that we have a engineering problem. Second is related to human resources.
Hmm.
And third is related to electricals and signaling. So these three factors combined, and that's why there are derailments. And
Hmm.
officers, though are, sir, they are not leaving. They are just trying to upgrade. They are just doing their aspiring for their career growth. But new officers are also coming, sir. So that is not a challenge.
So how can railways retain the new officers? I mean, after 2 years or 3 years, I don't think if the officer, he's learned so much in the railways and then he's aspiring to switch his job. So I think the loss is with the Indian Railways. Obviously, civil services as a whole institution will gain. IAS will gain, IFS will gain. If you, as an accomplished officer, join Indian Police Services or Revenue Services, you are bound to contribute very much, too much, even after you are being a junior to your seniors. That's fine. You will be very creative, innovative, and authoritative, and you will do your work with due diligence. But how does railway, yeah, how should railway retain even its engineers and even its management service officers like you, even its police service officers like your colleagues?
Sir, most of the officers which are joining through Indian Railway Management Service, almost 80 to 85% officer, they are retained, sir. They do not appear again, sir. The officers which I am part of, the colleagues of mine, when I talk to them, there are many people who are happy. There are people who are giving IRMS as their first priority. One of my friend, Virendra Meena, is he gave his first choice as IRMS. So the retention ratio is very good, sir. It is almost 80 to 85%. And given the career choice, everybody aspires. And railway is a very, very good and phenomenal organization to work with, sir. And being in railway for 2.5 months, I have seen that it does tremendous job, and very, very, very good organization, sir. And
Oh.
I think
Hmm.
one reform can be brought up. That is the merger that took place of the entire services. Then they demerged it altogether. 8 services got demerged again. I think the sub cadres of civil part, that is non-tech part,
Hmm.
accounts, personnel, and traffic, they can be merged to diversify and uh, to reduce departmentalism. So that way, more number of people will be working and trying to be in railways.
So, Vibhor, what are your views on lateral entry?
So lateral entry brings people from diverse sectors who are specialized in a particular domain. It is a good thing that from the civil services exam, we take people who are we take candidates or civil servants who are generalist in their perspective, having diverse knowledge of different fields, and then they get training in a general training. But in the government, we also need people who can work in a specialized way. There are fields, for example, now AI technology is dominating many of the sectors. So being a generalist, we cannot look at those technologies in a holistic scenario. I think bringing people from technological background through lateral entry does the job, sir.
Hmm. So, what type of bullet train are we importing from Japan? Are we importing bullet train, or that would be made in India?
So presently we are the trains which are in pipeline to be run next year. They are imported from Japan. They are
Hmm.
Shinkansen style,
Hmm.
Shinkansen type bullet train.
Hmm.
Although recently, 1 or 2 months back, the BEML and National High Speed Rail Corporation Limited, they signed an MOU. They are, and government has also allocated the budget to manufacture indigenous bullet trains, indigenous high speed rail, and so the work has started on that front, sir.
Okay, wonderful. What is magnetic leviation? Maglev trains. We must have heard about it. Are they also the bullet trains, or are bullet trains maglev trains? What is it?
So maglev trains operate on magnetic levitation technology,
Hmm.
which utilizes the superconductors. And there is a property of superconductor called Meissner effect. They operate on that, and it does not run on the track, but it moves a few inches above the track. It levitates. That is why it is called maglev. And if we talk about distinction between the two, bullet train and maglev trains, we can bullet train mostly run on the wheels, uh, Shinkansen or France's Chinese bullet train. However,
Hmm.
maglev does not run on the. Initially, it runs on the wheel, and later it levitates above the track. And these are just two nomenclatures, sir. I think we can
Hmm.
call maglev also
How,
bullet train because
how
it's
maglevs are different from hyperloops?
so first is that maglevs they are running above the track in an open air, facing an air resistance, while hyperloops move from one terminal to another terminal in a pod moves, and that tube in which the pod is moving, it is near vacuum, so the air resistance is reduced significantly, which increases its speed to almost more than 1000 kmph,
Hmm.
while the maglev reaches around 500 600 around 600 kmph.
So how does maglev train turn? Does it take turns? Can it move zigzag?
So maglev train can take turn.
Okay, but it will reduce the speed, right?
Any curve in a railway, sir, it reduces its
It will
speed to
it,
stop the derailment.
exactly. So is India afraid of the Starlink project? You know what Starlink, right?
Sir, it is a project of Elon Musk to
Yeah.
uh, cover up the Earth in satellites and provide satellite connections to remote locations.
Are we inviting it or we are resistant to it? What is the status?
Sir, last I heard about it, it was that Starlink is not still serviceable in India, but is trying to penetrate the markets of India.
Hmm.
We are apprehensive of it because of our security concerns. Because it being a private player, we can regulate it, but we cannot completely control it. So there might be situations when Starlink might snoop on us, and it might be such security sensitive for India. That is why we are being a little apprehensive of it.
And there has been a recent controversy also. I'll tell you,
Sir,
यूक्रेन को इन्होंने इंटेलिजेंस देना बंद कर दिया. यूक्रेन was totally dependent upon Starlink for the
yes,
intelligence and positioning and navigation and all that. So in the conflict zones also, हमारे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. So Vedic mathematics. How did you get Vedic mathematics into yourself?
Sir, I didn't get the question.
So how did you, okay, what do you do with Vedic mathematics? You led the school team at the state level Vedic maths championship. So why did you adopt Vedic mathematics? Did you learn it? Did you practice it? What? How did you come across it?
Sir, my mathematics teacher, he asked me and he inspired me that you should take part in this. I was
Hmm.
good in mathematics in sixth class. So in seventh class, he told me that you should take part in Vedic mathematics. And
Hmm.
then from the class 8 onwards, I took part. So he was inspiration for me. And Vedic mathematics is a tool. It provides you some quick methods to solve mathematical problems such as multiplications, division, square root, cube roots, and problems like that,
Does
sir.
NEP have such a provision to give such education to the children? Let's say we want to inculcate Vedic mathematics into the curriculum. Do you think that the 2020 NEP has such provisions?
Sir, definitely. It particularly does not mention the name Vedic mathematics.
Hmm.
However, NEP provides for students to take part in different wider disciplines in which they can. There are no restrictions on students to take part in the different in a particular stream, be it the PCM, physics, chemistry, math only, which were restricted earlier. So I think that way we can enhance. So, sir, in a way, it permits for the students to learn Vedic mathematics, and as a discipline, it is not that big that it is taught in different classes. But yes, it will improve the mathematical learning because it provides some curious and very good tricks to solve questions with different formulas. So it might inspire kids also because kids find mathematics to be very boring, very challenging. So it might create some curiosity in them.
Are you aware of any sutras also? There are 16 sutras to Vedic maths, I think.
Yes, sir.
So how many are you aware of? Tell me one or two.
Sir, one is when we are multiplying 4-digit number into 4-digit. So we can do it in one line using a formula sutra called Urdhva.
Hmm.
So it is a formula which nowadays it is being taught on YouTube also. So that is another is Ekadikein Purvam and another is Yavdunam and so on, sir.
So why have you used this fancy word, eclectic style, in your guitar playing?
Sir, I deliberately used this because that is my style of playing.
Okay.
I blend different styles. So we can play guitar via finger picking, finger style, finger picking, strumming, and also drumming the guitar. So whenever I'm playing a composition or a song, I try to bring all these styles in one composition. That is why I use.
Okay. And why is the ukulele being played nowadays?
I'm sorry, sir.
You've heard about the ukulele.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So why are people switching to ukulele instead of guitar? I don't find many guitarists online. I find ukulele players. Almost
Sir,
all the social media, these people are venturing into that.
so two reasons which I can think of is first is when you are learning guitar, it is very hard for us. There are 6 strings in a guitar, typical acoustic guitar, and we are plucking those strings. Typically, it is steel strings which hurt our fingertips. And when we are playing ukulele, they are made of nylon strings, and also we differentiate in terms of the sound. Guitar sound is a little on metal side. It is very harsh, and when we listen to ukulele, it is very bright and mellow
So
sound.
are you not aware of nylon string guitars?
That they are there, sir. But typically, what I'm saying is that mostly the acoustic guitars, which nowadays are in the market, they are made up of steel strings, and those nylon string guitars are the Spanish guitars, which are used in playing classical songs like Hindustani or Carnatic music. So they are used there, sir. So typically, people are using steel string guitars.
So
So
why
it
do
is.
we have to tune ukulele again and again? Why does it get detuned again and again? Even after one song, the tuning gets disturbed, but the
Sir, it is.
guitar remains intact. Is it due to the nylon?
Yes, sir. It is because of the material which the strings are made up of, and also because of the material, it requires constant tuning because of the tension in the string gets frequently disturbed, and also the length of the string, because ukulele is very small instrument. The
Hmm.
length of the string is very small. It is almost 1/3 of the guitar, so
Hmm.
it requires frequent tuning to tune it again.
Do you use a capo?
Yes, sir, I use it.
Can you make a ukulele out of a guitar using a capo?
Uh, Sir, if I set aside the metal, the string material, then I think I can pitch it to ukulele definitely, sir.
Hmm. Can you
If the
recall?
guitar is of, sir,
Can you recall on which slot are you going to place the uh, capo?
no, sir, I'm not.
Okay. What does India import from Indonesia?
Sir, Indonesia, I think we mostly import palm oil
Hmm.
and sir, other things I'm not aware, but mostly palm oil,
Coal,
coal also, sir.
pet coke,
Yes, sir.
and we also import Yamaha guitars from Indonesia. Okay.
Thank you for the information, sir.
What guitar are you using nowadays?
So presently, I do not have any guitar because I'm frequently traveling from one place to another because of my training. But at my home, I have Yamaha's acoustic guitars.
Okay. What model is it?
Sir, model I'm not aware, sir, because I purchased it way back, 2-3 years back, sir.
Okay. So tell me how to deal with an aggressive China, Vibhor, in three lines, three simple lines, 3 points.
Sir, aggressive China can be dealt with. First is with diplomatic dialogues with the China.
Hmm.
Second is engaging with our like-minded people, like-minded countries and nations. And third is by strengthening ourselves internally and as well
Okay.
as in defense sector.
Let's come back to the new education policy 2020. So there is a three language formula written there, which has been revised from the previous policy. Are you aware of the new three language formula? And why is still South India against it? Yeah, why are some states still moving against it?
So earlier, prior to new education policy 2020, the formula was that the states which speak Hindi, they have to pick one English language and one any other Indian language. In southern states, we had a formula that one is native language and one is English and another is Hindi. So
Hmm.
there the languages were made very strictly. They were restrained.
They're being
Now
imposed.
they
ठीक है.
were imposed, and with the new education policy, we can choose any three language. So they should be Indian only.
Two native
We are
languages are compulsory.
two
So
native
two
languages
out
are
of the three
compulsory.
languages have to be compulsory in native, and the
Yes,
one
sir.
language can be a foreign language or any other language. हाँ जी.
Any other language. English is not compulsory in that too.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
And so states are opposing because they feel like in the southern states are mostly opposing it because they feel that in the northern India people are not even means this three language formula is not implemented that well. There is only Hindi and English, and in southernmost part, uh, so they are mostly against imposition of Hindi upon them, sir.
So आप ये बोलो, sir, very simple. There are two native languages which have to be implemented, and the
Sir,
NEP 2020 nowhere says that any particular language would be imposed upon any particular student or school or region or state. Sir, this issue is totally politicized. It is only being done for the vote bank politics and nothing else. You can say this very practically. Don't name Tamil Nadu, don't name MK Stalin. Even if they name, you will not name him. और कभी किसी अफसर का अपने दोस्त का नाम नहीं बताना, महिला का या किसी का, कि वो छोड़ नहीं रहा है IRMS. Don't tell him. Like, don't quote him there. मतलब,
sir,
don't quote him there. Even if I say Donald Trump, you will say President Trump. And you will not say Modi ji. Never. You will say the Honorable PM of India, Mr. Modi.
sir,
ये तीन चार तो ये बोलोगे. अब देर इज अनदर इशू रिगार्डिंग इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ NEP जो नए वाली है, द टू लैंग्वेज वाला, जो टू नेटिव लैंग्वेज वाला. सो तमिलनाडु सेज दैट फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज इज माय मदर टंग तमिल, second language I am choosing English, that is the third language, foreign language. Now I will not implement the second native language. So the main issue is regarding the second native language. वो कह रहा है ना तो मैं संस्कृत लूंगा, ना हिंदी लूंगा, ना तेलुगु लूंगा, ना मराठी लूंगा, ना बंगाली लूंगा. वही कह रहा है. कहना तो उसको ये चाहिए, बट अब मराठी बंगाली की जगह वो क्या कह रहा है? हिंदी और
Hindi.
संस्कृत. बस मुद्दा ये है. नाउ द क्वेश्चन मे बी आस्क्ड that why is the second native language not being implemented? एक नेटिव लैंग्वेज तो उनकी मदर टंग है सबकी, दूसरी वो
Sir,
इंग्लिश ले रहे हैं. जो सेकंड नेटिव लैंग्वेज है, मेन मुद्दा इसका है, नॉन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का. इवन इन नॉर्थ, इवन इन साउथ.
sir,
मैंने भी कोई दूसरी नेटिव लैंग्वेज कभी नहीं पढ़ी. हिंदी पढ़ी है, इंग्लिश पढ़ी है, फ्रेंच पढ़ी है. आई हैव नेवर स्टडीड संस्कृत. सो देयर वाज नो सेकंड नेटिव लैंग्वेज इन ड्यूरिंग माय टाइम्स आल्सो. खैर उस टाइम तो ये फॉर्मूला भी नहीं था. The states are saying, sir, we do not have the resources to introduce an extra teacher, extra curriculum, extra paper, extra everything for the second native language. जिसका जवाब हम क्या देंगे कि सर, आई एम सिटिंग इन बुलंदशहर एंड यू आर सिटिंग इन लेट अस से अंबाला और चंडीगढ़ और दिल्ली. We are only interacting by a Zoom call. we do not need any physical presence or infrastructure. So uska jo second native language hai, let's say I am a Tamilian student and I want to learn Punjabi. So I'll hire a Punjabi teacher online. I'll take some online classes. Simple. It
Thank
is
you,
it is very easy. So it is only being politicized, nothing else.
sir. Very good solution, sir.
हाँ हाँ, ये पॉलिटिसाइज्ड है और कुछ भी नहीं है, और पैसा भी नहीं लग रहा मेरा तो। थर्ड लैंग्वेज या फोर्थ लैंग्वेज इंट्रोड्यूस करने में पैसा भी नहीं लग रहा। ओके, व्हाई इज देयर अ नीड ऑफ अ थर्ड लैंग्वेज बिफोर? दिस इज माय क्वेश्चन नाउ।
Sir, I think it is to shape the personality of the student.
Hmm.
Who does not feel like he is belonging to a particular region. It inculcates the value of our entire country, that we not only belong to a particular region, but we are capable of conversing with the people of other region as well. So it brings fraternity among the students, and it brings India closer.
आप अपने आंसर को कोशिश करो मल्टी डायमेंशनल बनाओ। ये एक ही डायमेंशन हुई, कल्चर और फ्रेटर्निटी, पहला। दूसरा आप बोलो सर इकोनॉमिक अपॉर्चुनिटीज। तीसरा
Yes, sir.
अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू मूव अब्रॉड। चौथा फिर ही विल बी मोर रिसेप्टिव टू द अदर कल्चर्स। वेरी
Sir.
सिंपल है ना। तो उसको वन वन पॉइंटर करके ना आप अपने आंसर को छोटा, क्रिस्प, एंड देन यू कैन एनेबल द एग्जामिनर टू आस्क यू मोर क्वेश्चंस।
Sir,
अगर
definitely.
आप अपने आंसर को मेंस के आंसर की तरह थोड़ा सा वो बनाओगे ना, वो अच्छा तो आप बहुत कर रहे हो, बट दैट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एंड डज नॉट गिव मच डायमेंशंस। जैसे
Sir.
तुमने चाइना को आंसर करा ना 3 लाइनों में, उस तरह से कोशिश करो हर आंसर को स्ट्रक्चर करो, तो
Sir.
ही विल रीच योर गिटार। वरना तो वो आगे बुलंदशहर में ही रह जाएगा। In order for him to ask you more questions about your personality, what you will do is you will have to मतलब be very swift, creative in your answer and be very crisp. ये एक बार ट्राई करके देखना, बड़ी अच्छी टेक्निक है। मतलब इस बार थोड़ा सा बदलाव करके देखना। Okay, what was India's stand in the AI summit in France?
Sir, our stance was that we should enhance the use of AI, but on the same way, we should make it responsible as well. And this was one line
बिल्कुल
stance.
ठीक, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल perfect. Now there is another issue coming up regarding delimitation, which also involves UP, Bihar, and the northern states, and again southern states. So, how do you see this, and how will you resolve this?
So the issue of delimitation is clear that by delimitation, the increment in the seats will lead to disadvantage. It will be disadvantageous to the southern states, which are implementing the population control policies in the state. And this is the main issue, and we can resolve it by due deliberations with the states representatives, the CMs and ministers sitting together. I think, sir, up to now we have very creatively managed it by restricting the seats to 543 since 1976. But now we have to increase it, and I think, sir, the solution will come out if we talk. Everybody sits and talks, sir.
So there are several federal issues, running throughout the country. One is the language issue, then the delimitation issue, and then the fiscal federalism related issues. So what do we do now in this scenario? There are so many federal issues coming up. There are so many central state issues coming up. So what constitutional measure are you thinking at, and what other measures can be done?
Sir, in a federation like India, there are some issues which are bound to take place. We have a vast states. So the issue, the solution lies in the constitution itself. We have interstate council provision under Article 263. So that is one platform. Second platform is the statutory body, which is a zonal council.
Zonal council.
So these are two mechanisms where we can have deliberations and talks and discussions among the states.
बिल्कुल ठीक। थिंक टैंक्स ले आओ आप, नीति आयोग को बुला लो आप, सबको, है ना, मिनिस्टर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस, गवर्नर्स कॉन्फ्रेंसेस एंड ऑल दैट। बिल्कुल ठीक है। नाउ टेल मी, if you were India's ambassador to America, Vibhor, who would you have preferred to be the president of America? President Trump or Madam Kamala Harris as the president?
Sir, because my role as an ambassador of to the United States is limited to uh, taking after the foreign relations with the USA, then I will not interfere or I will not promote any one candidate, and it is up to the citizens of the USA to choose, sir.
But
That
who do
will,
you think is better for India, the Democrats or the Republicans?
sir, there is no good or bad. I think it depends on our creativity. How do we approach the particular government of the day? And it should be our dynamics. It should be our capabilities to engage with them and swiftly take the course.
Very good. आप एक लाइन ऐड जरूर कर देना कि
Sir,
according to the EAM Dr. S. Jaishankar, sir, India enjoys a bipartisan support in America.
yes,
So
sir.
beat the Democrats, beat Obama, Trump 1.0, Biden 1.0, Trump 2.0. Sir, we are all good there. विभोर यार, कोई भी कमी नहीं है और कहीं से तुम चाहते हो कुछ पूछूं? मैं मुझे नहीं लग रहा, मतलब मैंने यूपी का कुछ नहीं पूछा अभी, बिकॉज आई थिंक यूपी यू आर ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड। मुझे लगा कि यूपी का मुझे इतना नहीं पूछना चाहिए, हालांकि वो कुंभ मेला हमने डिस्कस करा। बाकी कंट्रोवर्सीज यूपी की हैं। एक तो पेपर लीक वाला कंट्रोवर्सी है यूपी का, जो यूजुअली पूछा जाता है यूपी में कैसे, या फिर सिविक सेंस या नेम चेंजिंग ड्राइव्स, ये सब चीजें हैं। अगर इनको चाहते हो तो मैं एक एक करके आए।
Uh, One thing in UP is regarding its $1 trillion dollar economy goal. Another
हाँ,
is its a developmental issue that
हाँ,
are we going to achieve it, and what how UP is faring in developmental aspects.
हाँ, वो हाँ ठीक है, वो बिहार को भी पूछा था मैंने। हाँ, यूपी में भी अप्लाई हो रहा है, यूपी का वो एक बड़ा ही। सो व्हाट इज द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ यूपी डूइंग, विभोर, टू अचीव दैट gigantic target and very ambitious target? Tell me.
Sir, government of Uttar Pradesh is doing is using multi-pronged approach.
Hmm,
First is we are the basic foundation of any development is the infrastructure part. We
hmm,
are developing infrastructure,
hmm,
expressways in road sector, airports, 16 operational airports are there. We are doing investor summit to bring investors in our state. We are
hmm,
promoting ease of doing business. Crime is getting reduced. So we are trying to create an ecosystem where businesses can thrive. And because we are the first state in terms of population, so we can use our demographic dividend within the state itself. And so we are trying to build an infrastructure industry base where employment can be created as well as state can be.
दादा, लेट्स डू अ स्वॉट एनालिसिस फॉर योर स्टेट। तीन तीन
Sir,
चीजें आप बताओ। SVOT, प्लीज कैरी ऑन।
Sir, the strength of UP is its population. We have good demo. We are rich in demography. Second is the fertile agricultural land. We are leading producer of grains, especially wheat and fruits. Third is that we are an aspiring state. We have not yet enhanced our potential, so we are yet to reach it, and we are an aspiring state. So we have good potential, sir. Few challenges or limitations can be cited as weaknesses. First is that it is the literacy rate is not that good. Second is skilled labor force is missing in Uttar Pradesh. Third is the industries are not that well set up to accommodate the unskilled laborers, and disguised laborer are employed in agriculture. And opportunities which I see, sir, that more youth is now getting higher education within Uttar Pradesh and outside Uttar Pradesh as well. So we can harness that demographic dividend if we skill them. Second is with the as the government of the day is promoting ease of doing business and trying to promote investment via infrastructure. So it provides opportunity for development within Uttar Pradesh. Third is we have good avenues or we have good opportunity in agricultural sector as well, having a fertile land, and also we have opportunity of promoting organic agriculture as well in Uttar Pradesh. uh, and sir, uh, for threats, sir,
Threats, yes.
uh, threats, sir, one important point is the law and order issue. Second is a communal angle is there. Frequent communal riots are there. Third is a issue of caste. Casteism is also there. So these three pose some threats to the development. Overall, ecosystem of Uttar Pradesh.
So what about tourism? Can it not be the next big thing for UP?
Certainly, sir, I missed it because you asked for three, but yes, sir, tourism is one point which I don't think the UP has harnessed the full potential of tourism. We are more focused. I mean to say that the religious tourism is much more promoted in Uttar Pradesh. We can have different other avenues for tourism. For example, we have good forest and some national parks. We can promote ecotourism,
Ecotourism. Ah, bilkul. Very good.
village tourism. We can promote adventurous tourism. These two, three tourism we can promote also.
Vibhor, I'm only concerned about the river interlinking projects. Bundelkhand region, maybe we have it, and in the southern states also we have it. Do you think that these projects are going to be feasible after 10 years or 20 years because they have a high gestation period and their high capital intensity, and we are not knowing, the rivers are drying up, the basins are already in search of water from which we are transferring water. So how do you see this project?
Sir, I see river linking project as an opportunity to the places which are drought prone or which are suffering from drought. For example, you mentioned Bundelkhand.
Hmm.
River linking project is doing, it is transferring surplus water from a particular river to the river which is deficient. So that way, it is trying to balance out the regional agricultural growth or the issue of irrigation and water supply.
Hmm.
And also, sir, the way the when we are transferring water from one river to another, it is going through particular canal. So we are not trying to. It is not getting lost. It will also develop that particular region through which the canal is also flowing. So I think it is a good step, sir.
फिर एक और चीज बोलना सर, these are big ticket projects and they have been initiated by policy makers through thorough environmental and social impact
Yes,
assessments.
those have been done.
They have been done, sir. So we may be very carefree about these. Yes, sir, there are several concerns and we are balancing them. There are several ecological concerns, there are several feasibility concerns or cost overruns. Sir, the governments and the administrators are looking towards it. Very simple. आप
Sir, can
ऐसे
I
भी
mention that Indira Gandhi Canal project, because it was also almost 500 kilometers long project, and
हाँ
it came out
बिल्कुल, हाँ
to be a
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल,
it came
एक
out very
बच्चे ने करा है. यस, एक बच्चे ने करा है, वो वहां का है, केन बेटवा के पास का ही कोई उसका गांव है. तो उससे मैंने पूछा कि भाई कैसे सबमर्ज हो गए, उसका गांव डूब गया, वो फिर भी हाँ कर रहा है बेचारा. वो कह रहा है सर होना चाहिए, एंड ही इज सपोर्टिंग इट. और उसने फिर मैंने उसको बहुत ज्यादा मैंने फाइट किया. मैंने कहा यार डेक्कन में कैसे पॉसिबल है, ईस्टर्न कैनाल जो बन रहे हैं हमारे, जो चेन्नई के ऊपर बन रहा है तमिलनाडु वाला, मैंने उनके नाम लिए. मैं पढ़ा था कुछ, मैंने उसके डैफ के लिए तैयार करा था. उसने तुम्हारे वाला एग्जाम्पल दिया कि सर वी आर इवन डूइंग इट इन राजस्थान इन द ड्राई बेसिन्स, सो व्हाई नॉट इन यूपी which has a lot of rivers. Ganga, Namami Gange, impact of Kumbh. So, okay, Vibhor, do you think that due to Kumbh Mela, Namami Gange project has been a setback? It has been it has become a laggard project due to the Kumbh Mela.
Sir, Namami Gange project is a very vast project from the government of India, and I think with the onset of Kumbh Mela,
Hmm.
it got more promoted because ultimately in the Sangam area we have Yamuna, we have Ganga. So to make the water bathable, the
Hmm.
government started the cleaning project of Ganga that also complements the Namami Gange project, sir. So I think they went hand in hand. It was
Hmm.
not a setback.
And what about the dip in Indo-Nepal relations? You are from a neighboring state.
Sir,
Hmm. Hmm. Tell me.
Sir, Nepal has been India's very close neighbor and very relying partner as well. And we have good, very cordial relations, be it economic relation or people to people connect. We have very open border policy. We provide the free transit for their goods, for their trade. We are the we are the one of the largest investors in Nepal. Also, there are few areas which are which are of diplomatic nature. For example, that Kala Pani issue, Limpiadura issue. So there have been few issues. Otherwise, we
What
have
other issues? What other issues? There is a clear dip in Indo-Nepal relations, and Nepal is certainly not happy with India. Can you highlight 3 to 4 issues?
Sir, one issue is that I mentioned the
Water,
Kalapani issue.
boundary
Second
issue.
issue was earlier the Madheshi issue was also there,
Hmm.
and third issue is that investment related issue, that the trade is skewed in favor of India. The Nepalis, which are the citizens of Nepal, which are coming to India, they are very sort of migrants only. But India invests very heavily. There are big industries
Hmm.
like Dabur Industries and other industries which are investing big in Nepal. So
Hmm.
there is a I will say investment related issue is also there, that
एक
Indians are investing.
नेपाल चाइना रिलेशंस की बात भी करना जरूर। नेपाल इज गोइंग इनटू द चाइनीज हैंड्स, वहां उसने ओबीओआर ज्वाइन कर लिया। चाइना नेपाल तक अपनी गैस पाइपलाइंस तक भेज रहा है तिब्बत से लेकर। रेलवे नेटवर्क को एक्सपैंड करने की बातें कर रहा है चाइना तिब्बत
Indian
से।
network is.
हाँ, ट्रांस हिमालयन रेलवे। तो ये सारी चीजें भी हैं। फिर रिसेंटली द KIIT इशू where the Nepali girl has died,
Yes,
and
sir.
there was a huge ruckus in the Nepali parliament. एंड ये
Yes.
जो दाबर वाला है कांड, यही इसी करके नेपाल कह रहा है दैट वी नीड टू रिविजिट दी व्हाट डू वी से इंडो नेपाल ट्रीटी ऑफ पीस एंड फ्रेंडशिप।
Yes,
क्योंकि
sir.
वो ट्रीटी कहती है दैट इंडियंस कैन वर्क इन नेपाल एंड नेपालीज कैन वर्क इन इंडिया। बट नेपाल का क्या है प्रॉब्लम कि उनका पर कैपिटा इतना कम है कि वो इंडिया में आकर वही जो आपने बोला कि माइग्रेंट लेबरर्स की तरह काम कर रहे हैं, और जब इंडियंस वहां जाते हैं तो इन्वेस्टर्स बन
Big
जाते हैं, बिग टिकट।
investment.
हाँ, सो नेपाल सेज दैट द इक्वालिटी इज नॉट इक्विटी, वी नीड मोर इक्विटी। और अब नेपाल और इंडिया की जितनी जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट्स हैं, उनमें नेपाल हमेशा म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट की बातें करने लग गया। देयर इज ऑलवेज अ वर्ड कॉल्ड म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट फ्रॉम द नेपालीज साइड। वो जानबूझकर जबरदस्ती इंसर्ट करते हैं कि दोनों देशों को बराबर देखा जाए। तो इट शोज दैट इट इज ऑल्सो हेजिटेंट टुवर्ड्स इंडिया बिकॉज ऑफ इंडियाज सो कॉल्ड परसीव्ड बिग ब्रदर एटीट्यूड। ये चीज आप वहां पर बोल दोगे।
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
यार मुझे नहीं लगता आप में कोई कमी है यार, सिर्फ एक अनरिटन रूल हो सकता